Today on the Topic Show, Dylan Mulvaney Days of Girlhood song debuts, Vivek on TikTok banned being a Trojan horse, England bans puberty blockers, Under Armour founder comes back to the company as CEO, Family Dollar parent company to close 1,000 stores, and Family Dollar pays a fine for having rats in their warehouse. All of that and much more on the Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Under Armour founder coming back as CEO. Now, perhaps one of the most appropriate names possible for the founder of an apparel or athletic apparel company. His name is Kevin Plank, which, granted, not humble brag, but I can do a 6-minute plank on a medicine ball, which, ironically enough, I wear a suit every day, so no one would really know. But nevertheless, his name is Kevin Plank, and he's returning to CEO. And then you will also have Mohammed El Arain, going to be named board chair. Now, of course, this means the current CEO stepping down. Her name is Stephanie Linares, and it looks like not too good of a tenure in terms of she only lasted a year, which, again, is kind of an outlier for CEOs. You want to have a little bit more tenure than that, especially when you start to see CEOs kind of moved out cyclical, where it's just a new CEO every single year. That's when a lot of the investors, a lot of people start to get nervous because it's not a good sign. Now, it looks like Linares took over as Under Armour CEO in February 2023 after spending nearly 30 years at Marriott International. So, yeah, that was the gal they hired. She spent 30 years at Marriott International. They're a hotel company, in case you weren't aware. And then they thought, you know what? She could probably do clothing too. Now, again, there are some skills that obviously will transfer over, but when I first, I think we actually reported on this about a year ago, that was definitely an interesting pick to say the least. Now, they note that Plank founded Under Armour back in 1996. He actually stepped down as CEO about 4 years earlier, but stayed on the company as the chairman. Now, they note that Linares, she will stay on the company as an advisor through the end of April. Now, it'll be interesting to see how they can turn the company around. Again, the stock hasn't done terribly. Now, granted, of course, compared to the competition, which not quite a monopoly, but when you think athletic apparel and you look at the market share, overwhelming Nike is one of the largest brands and largest market shares, bar none. Now, granted, by the time this video is rendered and uploaded, the stock price might fluctuate, but as of the time it's recording, the current stock ticker is showing Under Armour at $7.12 per share with a market cap of $3.02 billion, which, and again, let me see here. Now I'm kind of curious to pull up. If we pull up, let's see here, Nike stock, which again, kind of apples to oranges. Nike stock is $100.74 per share, market cap of, oh my gosh, $152.63 billion, and Nike pays dividends. Looks like the dividend yield is currently 1.47%. So you not just have an incentive to purchase the stock, but to actually hold it, and you're rewarded, aka via dividends. So 152 billion versus 3 billion. So they are certainly, obviously, the underdog of the athletic apparel. Now, that being said, back in my day as a youth in the sports balls, Under Armour's pretty well known. They're the cool brand. I mean, they basically perfected obviously the name comes from it, the Under Armour material for that little skinny shirt thing that you put on. It's supposed to wick away sweat or keep you hot in the winter. There are a myriad of applications, and that's what really put them on the map. And then later in life, I noticed that they made some good football cleats, as well as a couple other things. So it'll be interesting to see what is Kevin going to do to help turn the company around. And again, going back to their stock, it's currently $7.12 per share. Looks like in the past month, it's down 14.36%. Past 6 months, down 3.98%. Year to date, and again, this isn't the direct correlation. It's not always a direct correlation. Again, there's some things the CEO can't control. But year to date, they are down 17.91%. Now, over the past year, it's down 14.47%, which is definitely not good news. Again, that's one of the major parameters that people look at in terms of the CEO's success. How is the stock doing? How's the public perceiving it? How's the sales going? So it'll be interesting to see. When asked for comment, Linares claims that they did some great things, and she felt honored to serve Under Armour as CEO. And she said, actually, quote, "I am proud of our progress against our strategic plan, including strengthening our team, evolving our products and marketing, and increasing our focus on profitability," unquote. She also said, quote, "We have a strong foundation in place for future growth, and the company's potential is limitless. I will continue to root for Under Armour's success," unquote. Which, yeah, good. I guess that's a kind of appropriate good send-off, so to say. She's going to claim, now the company is set up for success because of her, maybe. But in all seriousness, I think a lot of these apparel companies where, again, no one needs a Nike shirt, no one needs an Under Armour shirt. A lot of it is considered luxury items. There's a lot of off-brand competition, especially these days, and especially counterfeit. That's a whole issue with the industry as a whole together. It'll be interesting to see how can they vet the economy. I mean, everyone's starting to tighten their belts. What kind of moves will they have to make, or what kind of moves will the founder coming back make that might make the company more profitable and actually more aggressive and eat up some more market share? Let me know, when's the last time you actually purchased an Under Armour product? Truth be told, the last time I got an Under Armour piece of material was the 3M Half Marathon in Austin, Texas. You get it's not free, you pay to run the race, but if your entry fee does include some free swag, and usually you get a t-shirt. And I noticed that you did have the Under Armour logo. I think they consistently actually sponsor that event. But truth be told, I'm trying to remember the last time I actually purchased something as an individual item. It might have had to have been high school with I actually still have it, the white Under Armour shirt that I had for sports balls back in the day.